My DoorDash people, your boy C-Moto. I am back. I just wanted to revisit, kind of update you guys on this, the rewards tier pilot program. I don't know if it's even considered a pilot program anymore, but it seems like it's rolling out more and more to more cities. It seems like something that DoorDash is probably going to go ahead and stick with. It is probably proving a point to them that it is working for them, being that everybody is trying to get or stay within the platinum tier of the program. Mind you, I had this program start in Los Angeles, where I am at, back in December. So we have had it here for about 6 months now. I did do a video when this came out, and I kind of let you know that only the strong will survive when it comes to this tier program deal. And that's kind of what it is. From the cities that's rolled out for a lot of content creators that were more the cherry picker style per se. And mind you, when I say that, you have to accept what makes sense to you. It has to be worth it for you to be able to accept certain orders, because it makes no sense to get orders that are $2 and $3 for 10 miles. Like, it absolutely makes no sense. And there's obviously different markets, different states that pay more. In my case, being in California, we have Prop 22. Being that my ratings and my scores are high, I'm 100% AR, 100% completion, and I'm a 5-star customer rating. All that plays part in the type of orders that I get, and on top of being into the platinum program. That's not ideal for everybody across the states. Just like it's not ideal for everybody across the states to get the same type of orders Paywise. This is something that I did want to bring up, and it's more of us coming to the fact that we need to live in the reality world and not this fantasy world where we can assume that orders are going to pay out the same as they do per se in California or New York to cities or states that don't pay as high. There's a few factors that bring this into play. Depends on the DoorDash market where you live. Is it really busy? Is there enough orders to be able to pay drivers these higher amounts? For instance, I can get a $15 order, and mind you, I'm getting paid between $3 and $7 per mile. And most of my orders are within a couple of miles. Like, they're not long, and I'm assuming it's because it's so many restaurants out here in California and Southern Cali on top of that. And there's so many drivers that there's no reason for a lot of us to be driving a whole lot of miles. But I can only speak for myself, so I don't know about other drivers, especially ones that do any declining or anything like that. But I know my ratings are where they're at for a certain reason, and I only expect to get a lot of top good orders. And for the most part, I do, on top of the fact being in California with the cost of living and our pay, it's going to naturally be higher than some place that's not, that has a lower minimum wage. The cost of living is low. Here, our gas is high. Groceries, I think groceries across the states are all higher. Food's all higher in terms of cost. Gas, like for us, between $5 and $7 a gallon. Like I said, overall, the rent, cost of living, everything is higher here, so we get paid more here. Now, the reality part of that is that you have to understand that for people that live in areas or markets where the cost of living is low, minimum wage is lower, because our minimum wage is almost $20, and it's $20 for fast food places right now, but it's almost $20 overall. So then come this dashing thing, or this Uber Eats, Grubhub thing that we do day to day, the reality part of it is my $15 order at 2 miles, maybe 3 miles, more than likely you probably won't get in a market that's the minimum wage is lower, the cost of living is lower, so they're paying according to the markets and the areas and the states. It's not going to be across the board when it comes to pay. Like, that's just kind of not how it works. Granted, every now and then you may get a nice order, but on average, like what I make on average, and it's nothing about me. It's just I happen to be in California. I happen to drive the way I do, and I get the orders that I get, and I can accept them all because the rate of pay. The base pay is always good in the sense, and the amount I'm making per mile with or without tips, $3 to $7 per mile. So there's no issue. As soon as I get an order, I just accept. I'm not even paying attention to, well, how many miles is it? Where is it going? Who am I picking up from? No, we don't even have to. I don't have to do that here. I can't speak for everybody. That's just how I drive. But I'm more speaking on the reality point that someplace else, those orders may not come to you guys like that in that sense. And it's not to say anything about you guys. It's just where you live, that market is not that busy like that, or they just don't pay that well there. So with that said, for me, it's more like if it's not paying you enough, and especially when it comes to the content creators, but I'll never understand the content creator side of it to where it's just the company is trash, or there's trash orders. It's like videos are just constantly being made. There's trash this, trash that, and tips this and tips that. When, again, it's DoorDash and Uber Eats that's not bringing the base pay up, and ain't nobody contacting DoorDash to say. They're just making videos and just, we're all doing a bunch of talking or whatever it is, instead of, well, we want to tell the customers, like the customers are the ones that are having to make up the difference in tips to be able to determine. Now, my thing is, okay, if you got a $3 order and somebody tipped you $7 in a bad market per se, or considered a trash order, and somebody tipped you $7 and you got $10, you would be okay with that because you got a $7 tip on $3. What happens if you get a $10 order and there's no tip? Are you accepting that order being that it's $10 and that's the base pay, or are you still complaining because the person didn't give you a tip? So it's like, I'm trying to figure out, and I'm not so much so worried about it like that, but I'm just trying to understand people that are doing this job and it's just nothing but trash order after trash order after trash order, yet the people keep driving for the companies where they're reporting that they're making 20 something, maybe low 30 something dollars in 2 to 3, 4 hours. And it's just like, it's kind of crazy to me, like, to make that amount of money in so much time, to a point where I ask, like, why are these people even doing this job? Like, why are people even driving for DoorDash and Uber Eats? And granted, I'm not telling anybody to quit, but on the reality side of it, if I'm not making enough money or I'm not being paid enough, I'm done. Like, I'm completely done. There's no cherry picking. There's no nothing. Because to me, it's like wasting my time or whatever it is. Although this is a side hustle or a independent contractor job, you accept what you want. Of course, you do that. But with that said, they have this program now to where it puts you in certain tiers, where before, the old Top Dasher program, you could sit there and you can decline one order and it's a possibility or a chance that they may send you a better one. Now the tables have turned to where they specifically made it to where if you are in a lower tier and it's the type of orders that you are declining, those are the type of orders that you're going to get in that tier. If you find yourself down in the silver tier or maybe below that, those are the only type of orders you're going to get if you keep your rating scores in that tier. So you're never going to be able to benefit. So that's where I go back saying only the strong will survive. So come the content creators, I mean, I don't know. They're just making more money with YouTube, and that's why they continue to drive, and that's what their video's about, is reporting how trash the companies are. I really don't know, because I don't have time to waste. This YouTube channel for me, yeah, it's monetized. Yes, I get paid. It's not no mainstream of income. This is not taking care of my life where my day job takes care of my life. This is all truly extra money for me doing this DoorDash thing. So I don't feel like I have to be out here. But that's the problem with this program, is if you want to stay within the platinum tier, the top tier, you have to be out here now, to where I can choose and want to be out here a couple days out of the week, 2 or 3 days, 4 days out of the week. And now it's like you're forced to be out here every day to keep your 100 deliveries due to the roll-offs. So it's kind of hard for me because I don't have to be out here. Somebody that's doing this full time and you always have a lot of deliveries, probably not as big of a deal to stay in the platinum tier. But for me, just being a part-time driver and when I want to, because I don't have to be out here, it makes it very difficult. But like I said, I don't understand why. And if you are one of those drivers that just work in a market where they're constantly sending you trash orders, how about let me know down in the comments, like, why is it that people continue, or why you continue to work for a company that's not paying you well. Like, just because I think, like, if I'm in a market like that and they're just these kind of trash orders, like, I'm fortunate enough to be where I'm at to make what I make, but in a market like that, like, I'm done. So I just don't understand it. I mean, we do have the luxury and the convenience of doing this job when we want, and I can assume that's one of the key benefits, is not really having to worry about, you can do it when you want. You don't have any kind of supervisor, managers micromanaging or overshadowing you or behind your back or anything like that. You take your breaks when you want, you drive when you want. So there are some benefits, and you got the tax deductions at the end of the day. I mean, come the end of the year. So lots of benefits, but at the same time, if you're not making any money, then it's like, what's the point, or whatever it is. So my next guess is, I mean, you're just making money on YouTube, for the content creators on YouTube at least, even though it's reporting that the company is bad and you continue to work for them. I'm guessing maybe you're getting a lot of income from YouTube or something. Me, I created this channel to truly help people, and my channel was monetized after about a month and a half of opening my channel, just due to one video that I posted, my first video or whatever it is. I was able to get my channel monetized. I didn't have to wait no time. So while I do get paid for my channel, I'm not all hung up on just making random videos left and right to get viewers and to get subscribers. Like, if you like my videos, if you like my content, cool, subscribe. I'm not gonna tell you, please like and share and subscribe. Like, I don't want that to be the focus. If you naturally do it out of the kindness of your heart by clicking a like or a subscribe, totally fine. But I'm not gonna push that. I'm not gonna push that thing. I want you to naturally just like me, to where maybe you want to see the next video, so you'll subscribe to my channel. If not, I totally understand. I agree. If you don't like somebody, you don't have to subscribe to them. But I won't make it a point here to tell you, please like and subscribe or whatever it is. I mean, that's not my point. Even though I do get paid, this is not some main source of income for me. This is a few extra bucks that I make on this channel, and that's it. Where other creators, like, they're trying to push the envelope, just please subscribe and please watch the next video and this and that and this and that, and I just don't want that to be the focus. That's why when I make videos and you guys comment, I'm constantly making sure that I'm replying back to all your questions, concerns, answers, thank yous. I'm replying back to damn near 100%. Every now and then I may miss a message depending on, but for the most part, I'm replying back. So I feel like I at least owe that part to you guys on that note. But like I said, without dragging on and on and on more about it, I just like I said, wanted to bring up the reality versus this fantasy world that a lot of people are living in, where they're just expecting these high paying out orders, and you live and you drive in a market where it doesn't pay like that or whatever it is, and you're constantly going to be questioning yourself. But for this tier program that's came about, it's going to humble a lot of people, especially a lot of content creators. They were no tip, no trip. That whole movement, you don't really hear about that no more, especially where this program is happening. Now you see those people, or all these people, oh man, I got to get my acceptance rating up, and this and that and this and that, because they realize that being in that bottom tier, now that program is hit, it's gonna hurt their pockets. So they're gonna have to figure it out, to where me, I'm just like, yeah, it may be some crappy orders you got to take, but just go on and tough it out. You got to accept 7 orders out of 10 for the most part overall, but just go on and tough it out, get you to 100 orders, keep yourself in the platinum tier, and just accept. I mean, if you got to accept a few trash orders, so be it. If it keeps you in the platinum tier, so be it. You got to add a few more miles, so be it. We get up and we drive all these places outside of working every day, and ain't nobody paying us for these miles. So it might just be enough for you to just complete a few trash orders just to keep yourself from your acceptance rating dropping. That takes you out of that platinum tier if you did make it up there. So again, I understand you have to accept what makes sense, and it has to be worth it. At the same time, you kind of gotta give and take when it comes to that, because you want to make sure that you stay within that platinum tier if you're wanting to stay in that platinum tier. If you don't care, then it doesn't matter at that point. But the orders that you don't care about, that you decline, are the ones that's going to be sent to you. So with that said, I will leave you guys at that. Any questions, concerns, comments, please type them down below. Until next time, your boy C-Moto, you know what it is. Peace out.